It's here. Boom, boom, boom. Hi everyone, it's Gavin from Gavin's Gadgets. Hope you guys are keeping well. This is my OnePlus 8 review, and obviously a lot of focus on the camera, but I'm going to just start by saying I have had a lot of updates since I've got this, and I think most of the reviews, the ones that are just first out the gate, which were clearly review samples sent by OnePlus, which is absolutely fine, by the way, because you get a good idea then quite quickly. But they have to use the firmware that it comes with, and sometimes that means that the bugs that sit on this are not addressed, or the camera is improved. And I've got to say that I think I've had 3 firmware updates since I've got this, and some on Oxygen 10.5.6 at the moment, and the difference from 10.54 to 10.55 was so much better that a lot of the phone bugs that were annoying me had gone. A lot of the camera annoyances were gone. And then 10.5.6 arrived, and that fixed the front camera. And that really was, okay, job done. But before I jump into the camera, I've got camera samples. Obviously, we're in a lockdown, so you know, I have had to bear that in mind, and we're only allowed out for essential travel. As you can see, I had a jungle look of hair a few days ago, and I bought these Babyliss men's hair kit and cut, which had the clippers. Then it had a little smaller little thing where you could do around your ears and your sideburns and your neckline, comb, scissors, and I think there were 10 pieces, different clip-on things. And so I did a grade 1, grade 3, and scissors and blended it. I thought, wow, that's not bad. And it just seems that when I found this, I shared this on Twitter, and a few of you bought it. Thank you very much. And you all showed me your after shots, and they all look good. Not only that, this was like a 20 quid kit. I'll leave a link below. There's a photo I've put up of what it looks like as we're talking. But anyway, we digress. So I'm going to talk about, I've done a lot of testing. So I've tested this with against my Pixel 4 XL, my iPhone 11 Pro as well. And I'm just going to give you an honest opinion between all 3 phones. And if you're someone that says, oh, iOS is better or Android is better, no, it's better if it's the right for you. So I'm going to tell you why I actually really do like this. And actually, this is the phone that I'm using permanently now. So I've not just picked it up for a week, done a review, said, yeah, this is it. So I'm going to talk about audio, I'm going to talk about camera, and the phone generally. So let's delve straight back in. Let's look at the phone itself. It's a beautiful piece of hardware. I wasn't in the photos when I'd seen this green, because in the UK we can get the black or the green. I think if you want blue, you have to go somewhere like Amazon Germany if you want in blue. And I'm not a green phone person at all. But this is like it's got a slight blue and a green in it. I don't think the camera does it justice, so you have to see it in person. But I absolutely love this colour. I love it. It's got quite a nice surface here. It's glass, but it's not too slippery. The cameras, they've done a very clever job. There's 2 48 megapixels cameras on the back there. That's the main thing. They've gone for high quality. So 48 megapixel ultra wide, 48 megapixel main. You can read the specs online, because specs don't mean jack, mean bugger all, unless the phone actually delivers on those specifications. So it's state of the art, Snapdragon 865, Oxygen OS. And the first thing you got to say is this phone is fast. I mean, it is superbly, of course I'm trying to do this, superbly fast. You know, it is just amazing. I can't tell you how OnePlus have added stuff on here, but they haven't put what I call spammy stuff. They put stuff that's useful. So a lot of the Oxygen OS, as they call it, only adds value and stuff that you need. And from a user, and also I've used the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, obviously iOS with the latest iPhone. I've got the Pixel 4 XL with the latest Android experience from that. And I'll be honest with you, I will say to you, this, what it is, it's better than the Pixel 4 XL. Just is. The software experience is better. But also it's the hardware. You know, the Pixel's not cheap, but you have solid cameras on the back with lots of versatility. It does 3 times zoom. I'm not going to say it's optical zoom because it's not, but the quality is good enough. I certainly wouldn't go further than 3 times because it drops at a remarkable rate. But some of the nice touches, you've got your buttons here, you've got your slider, so you can go to silent, vibrate, so vibrates in the middle, and then ring on. And that's just like an iPhone feature, but it's one better because it does it in 3 stages. It actually has vibrate. And I know it's silly stuff like that, but it makes a lot of difference. Now, some who say, oh, it doesn't have an always on display, but I know that's coming later this year because it's been confirmed by OnePlus. They're already beta testing the always on display. That will kill battery. So if I talk more about the hardware, obviously it's beautiful to look at, so you always feel you're getting good value. It's a lot cheaper than, say, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra that I'm going to compare it to, because it has some very good top quality cameras. And also going to compare it to the iPhone 11 Pro range as well. The screen, I have mine at 120. It's just beautiful, really smooth, and it's just every part of this phone is fantastic. So even if the camera was shite, which it's not, this would still be quite a good phone to recommend just on what it does. But I'm going to talk about audio. So if you're listening to Bluetooth, let me just grab something down here a second. So in this case here, I have the Fio BTR5 headphone DAC. I'll just try and push it out of the case because it's quite stuck in there at the moment. Here it is. So this is the Fio, which I reviewed as well on my channel. It's my personal BTR5. This does LDAC. The OnePlus 8 Pro does LDAC as well. But using that to connect, say, wired headphones, IEMs like the Fio FH7s here, or the Sennheiser, your AKG wired headphones, whatever you've got, Sennheiser, make a difference. This quality on the Bluetooth sounded better than my S20 Ultra, is way better than my iPhone 11 Pro, and is better than the Pixel 4 XL on its Bluetooth. Just has clearer treble, better mids, better punchier bass through Bluetooth than any other phone that I've listened to recently using that. Even I've got some Beats Studio 3 headphones, which, you know, are designed to work on Apple devices more so, sound better through this OnePlus 8 Pro than the actual iPhone itself. So you can go figure that one. So from an audio point of view, Bluetooth sounds amazing. Now, if you did want to connect using a dongle here, again, what the quality of the sound it outputs through using the DAC side is fantastic. You can use analog. I did have an analog USB adapter, and that did work, but you've got to be careful because some may not and some do. But it did work when I tried using just a straightforward analog USB-C. So it can do digital and it can do USB analog in my testing. What about the camera? Well, I'm going to show you some photos quickly now. You've obviously seen the photos. I think the camera quality is excellent. So one of the gimmicky things on this is the color sensor, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. And as you can see in what I just showed you, if you use one of the color filters, you can make it go from, just by changing that with a black and white filter after you've taken the photo, you can make something that's a green grass look completely mad, weird, and then put a black and white filter and you convert it into snow. It's just good fun, and actually, I don't care, I love it. I think it was quite a good thing, and it'll make fun for Instagram, social media. You can't take life too seriously sometimes. So it's very consistent amongst all the different lenses. So whether you're doing normal, ultra wide, 3 times, you're getting good quality all the way through. In terms of speed, taking pictures of my dogs, that does work really well. So it's a fast snapper, fast focusing. And talking about focusing, if you have the S20 Ultra, this just whips its backside because it's just quicker to take the picture. Obviously, if you have the S20 Ultra and you've got something at 10 times zoom-ish, and that's all you ever take, then yeah, keep your S20 Ultra, because this is only good up to about 3 times. But as you can see in the photos I showed, 3 times zoom is quite a long way to go. Up until Auction OS 10.5, so when it got to OS 10.5.6, the front camera wasn't up to much cop. That's all been fixed. That works very nice, and I'm very pleased with the selfies on that as well. It's just a very competent shooter. Ultra wide is excellent quality, as you've seen. In fact, everything on this is excellent. And the macros, using the high, a lot of these cameras have like a 2 megapixel or 4 megapixel macro lens, dedicated macro lens. It's crap. Use the main sensor. Always use the main sensor and crop in afterwards if you have to. It's got a lower f-stop, better still. But the macro on this, using the ultra wide, is just epic what it can do, and you've seen some of the examples there. Really impressive. The other thing is the fingerprint sensor is instant. The face unlock works really well, and that's the thing about this phone, that it's a refinement of everything OnePlus have done, and it just works really well. It does have a speaker here, it does use the earpiece, so that's how it does sort of stereo sound. It's not too bad when it comes to that. This is just a wonderful piece. I absolutely love it. How does it compare? I'm going to put its case here so I drop it when I'm flashing it around. It does come in the box. I did have this nice CPU case. It does have, I don't know if you can see the branding on there, never settle. So it's got that there. Something to pay attention to with all the leaflets inside the box. Don't ignore them, don't throw them away. There were 2 screen protectors on mine. I know some of these have it screen protector pre-installed. In the UK, mine doesn't have that pre-installed. So that's to bear in mind. How does it compare night mode? Now, unfortunately, because of lockdown restrictions, I had to do indoor shots, and I just have to take my word for this. I used a tripod and not a tripod, because it does have when it detects it's on a tripod, it will go for between 8 and 30 seconds automatically. So it has that option. Obviously, it doesn't do the Pixel 4 XL's Astro mode, which goes on for 3 minutes or so, doing the stars, but you do have a pro mode and you can get reasonable results from that. But I think Google have that particular bit nailed. When you look at just normal night shots, the quality out of this is comparable. The iPhone 11 Pro got the white balance wrong every single time. The Pixel was too cold and the white balance was correct. Slightly warmer than the Pixel, but still it was exactly as I had the colours, because I had hue lights and I was messing around with changing the colours and several hue lights all to a dark room, just with some tiny splash of different light to see how it registered that white balance. So the quality is excellent. Obviously, it does have night mode on the ultra wide. The Pixel 4 doesn't have an ultra wide lens, so there you go. Video is excellent on this. The iPhone 11 Pro does have excellent, it's an excellent camera, but sometimes it's too warm, sometimes the shots, sometimes I felt when you look at the Pixel, they were colder. Overall, if I had to pick, I would pick the OnePlus for consistency. It really does do a good job on the photography front. Occasionally the Pixel 4 did a better shot, occasionally the iPhone did a better shot. And when it comes to very heavy shots into the sun, the iPhone 11 Pro did a better job on that HDR side of things. But again, I'm nitpicking, really nitpicking. But when it comes to video, I do still think the iPhone 11 Pro has the edge on the video because it can do 4K 60 on the front camera. It can do really high quality video. But that's it. If you, and obviously iOS is iOS. So if you want iOS, go. There's a lot of reasons you might want an iPhone because of the bigger ecosystem. But otherwise, I've got to say I do think the OnePlus 8 Pro is just a killer phone. I would have this currently as the best Android phone out there currently, because I've got something else coming soon, which is the Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro, and that's going to be put head to head against this OnePlus 8 Pro. Do not buy a Pixel 4. Pixel 4 XL is a nice phone, by the way. This is a better phone, just saying. And if you had to choose between an iPhone 11 Pro and this, do you want iOS? It's that simple. This is, if you wanted to come, if you were on an iPhone, you want to try Android, buy this. That's simple. Anyway, catch you guys soon.